wanted to make this video as a very quick and unpolished update to let you know what's going on in my life and my family, because we have some news. Welcome to Celebration State, where we help Christian creatives to grow in their creativity and in their love for God. So the big news is that my life is transitioning right now. Ooh, I just realized that's a scary word in today's culture. My life is changing right now in a big way. It's not the way that maybe you would think when you hear that word. But I have decided with my husband and with my children, through much prayer, to homeschool my kids. Some of you know about this already. Some of you hearing this think, wow, you're crazy. You're one of those people. And I would love to sit down in like a chat with you or come out for coffee if you're local and explain why we're making that choice, why we felt that that would be what's best for our family. It means nothing negative about the school that they were going to. We really do feel that that school is the cream of the crop for all private schools that are out there. My husband still works there. We are still big supporters of that school, but we just feel like God's calling our family in a different direction in this time. So what this means for me is that I'm going to be on a faith walk with the Lord, because logically, if you just kind of look at it, it looks pretty scary for my art business. It looks pretty scary for this channel as far as if I'm homeschooling full-time, if that's my job to be a teacher to my children and a caretaker full-time for my children, which parents are always caretakers for their children, but sometimes you're at work and other people are taking over for you. But I'm talking about putting an end to all of that unless God provides some amazing caretakers in my life, people, friends and family that might want to come in and watch them, or we're also really praying for them to be able to go to like classes and stuff like that. That might free up my schedule like a little bit for like gymnastics or something like that. But some factors that will make it easier for me to still be able to make art is that my kids are older. I used to homeschool my kids before, and something that was a struggle is that my kids didn't really know how to have alone time. Or if they did, I could never depend on when it was. And so, but now that they're older, my daughter's 10 and my son is 8, there's going to be a little bit more freedom to where I can say, okay, now we're going to have quiet reading time. You can draw, you can read a book, something like that. I think that is going to be really beneficial for this whole thing. Another thing that's going to help in this process is that I'm more experienced this time around. I can create artwork faster now. I can create YouTube videos faster now. And so these are two just sort of natural aspects that are going to help me to be able to create art. But still, as an artist, I don't know if you've felt this before, as a creative, this feeling of if I'm not making art, I'm not going to be okay. Like, have you gone through seasons of not making art at all and you just felt so blah, so gray, and then finally when you inch your way back to making art, you're like, why wasn't I doing this before? I think for those of us that have gone through the waves of those seasons, we think, well, I never want to feel that again. And so for me, that big season happened when I was an atheist and I ended up losing my creative ability and ability to figure out how colors work in art, which is another amazing testimony of the Lord and how He empowers our problem solving and our creativity. But there was one other season when I was a Christian, and I had been a Christian for some time, when the Lord asked me to lay art down. And that was extremely difficult for me to do, but God knew best, because He knew the craziness of the season that was headed my way, and He knew I needed to buckle up or I was not going to be able to make it. So I needed to focus all of my time and attention on just surviving that season. And that's a whole other story I could tell you sometime. But I don't really believe that that's what this season is. I don't feel like God's asking me to lay it down. I would be open to that if He were asking me to do that, because I believe that He is my number one priority, not me as an artist. He's my number one commitment. And so although I believe that He's empowered me to make art, I don't value art above Him. That would be getting it twisted. So I don't feel right now, and this could change, that He's calling me to lay it down. I feel like He's calling me to step out in faith, to walk with Him in faith, and to trust Him in showing me how this is going to work out. I wanted to make this video to encourage you in difficult seasons, in seasons where you don't know how you're going to be able to create art, and focus first of all on the priorities of those seasons. So no matter what, God and our being connected to Him, our focus on Him, needs to be our first priority above art. And that scripture that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, is really about contentment, that we can handle whatever season that we're in because we have Christ. So although art and partnering with God to make art is a huge blessing, we can't get it twisted to where we feel like if we don't have art, we're not okay. We need to know that if we don't have God, we're not okay. And so focusing on that priority, but also waiting in the mystery of, I don't know what we're going to do next, Lord, but I know that you do, and that you are going to show me the way that this is going to work. That's all I have to say about it right now. I will probably, maybe, God willing, have some more things to mention about it in the future. But for now, if you want to partner with this channel, please subscribe and like this video. And also visit my Patreon account and consider becoming a monthly partner with this channel and with my art. That would mean the world to me and my family. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, are you going through a season of transition? Are you on a faith walk with the Lord right now? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. Be so blessed.